This isn't your typical motorsports podcast. You're listening to Crush This, a monster truck podcast presented by High Octane Coffee and J Concepts. A show where we take you inside the minds of your favorite drivers, past and present, of the monster truck industry. And now, your hosts, Brad Shaw and Dan Chichagash. Buckle in. The show starts now.
Yo, what's going on? Another episode of Crush This, a monster truck podcast presented by J Concepts. We gotta get our banner on here, guys. Sorry about last week. Like I said, they uploaded a new. Okay, there we go. Uploaded a new thing for StreamYard, and it just kind of screwed up everything, and it affected the card. So we got that all figured out and everything like that. I want to thank the people before we got Dustin Spallone on. I gotta thank I got my thank you to J Concepts. Was at the shop there a few weeks ago. These awesome trucks are behind me. The 2005 Ford right here behind me. God dang it. Right there. The Ford F-250 Bigfoot with the chrome illusion from JB Scale Graphics. This is going to be pretty much last year for JB Scale. They're going to the 4400 full-size vehicles and stuff like that, and go from there. So thank you for them sponsoring our podcast for all these years. I do appreciate it. John and Bex, they've been really good friends of mine, family pretty much throughout there. But for the fans and stuff like that, they go from there. They're kind of stepping down the RC program. So, try to get it as last as you can. Dark Side, that made the No Problem truck, that right there. That truck itself is, like I said before, that is a 1989 Ford Bronco with this truck itself. This truck, you can get everything in at jconcepts.net. See where the thing is when you go check out, type in Crush This to get 15% off all items. So this truck has a 1989 body with the gold years, tribute rims, regulator chassis, and it has the J Concepts Silent Turn 27T motors that you can get at jconcepts.net. So go take a look at that and go from there. A guy that just gave us a whole bunch of love. What's up, Steve Jones in Monster Truck Attitude. We'll get the J Concepts out of there. Go there, show some love on Facebook and YouTube. He does these specials going on every month, and it's downhill monster truck racing. It's easy to sign up. Just go follow on his Facebook and then join the group. Be respective. It's kind of like, I guess you would say, it's like fantasy football. So go there, show some love. We have some awesome stuff coming up. He made these teams. So Crush This has a team, CT Motorsports. With that, we got Brad Shaw. He runs his Bigfoot bad boy truck, which he actually designed and won. So that's how it all started with Brad Shaw Designs. This guy on Instagram is blowing up my freaking thing. Stop it. God dang it. Sorry. Okay. Well, we're going to probably get in trouble here by all sorts of stuff, but my phone's right now blowing up like no other. Yep. Oh, he's a diecast guy. Anyway, with that going on, sorry, Steve, but with that, go to Monster Truck Attitude on Facebook, on YouTube, and join. We have our team, CT Motorsports. Bradshaw's in the Bigfoot Bad Boy. Josh Rhodes just won the last month's special on the month in Excalibur. He's part of that. Nathan Smith, he's one of my crew guys. He's the one that got me into the Monster Truck Attitude, and he is going to be rocking the legendary Barefoot. Andy Ulam, another best friend of mine, cool cat. He worked for Overdrive, Renegade as a tech official. He took his time studying, doing the stuff for the MTRA. He is also rocking Rampage, and then myself and Rammunition, and the last but not least, Mr. Gene Patterson himself, Colt Cobra Snakebite. Cool thing about this group is everyone that's on this team is in or is in the monster truck industry in some type of form: tech official, driver, crew member, even designer. He also helps out too. So Brad does his 2 cents in, so he's part of the industry also. That's awesome, and podcaster. We can say that too. So we all are in this form of it, and we are ready for what's to come with this team and what is the future hold. Good things are coming out of this Monster Truck Attitude group. Show some love for Steve. Join. Be respectful to his group. Respectful to the drivers. It's okay to talk some smack, stuff like that, but it's all in good fun, guys. So if you have to take it seriously, going downhill monster truck racing, when the life is about a downhill Hot Wheels track, you gotta ease up. Just have fun and let the god of the hill take over. If your truck wins, that's awesome. If it doesn't, there's always next time. And also, prior to that, you got to make it through the spinning wheel of death, and that means hopefully your name gets picked. But lately, it's been good. Have been very successful. This month, I did put my name in the hat, but didn't get picked. That's okay. I was gonna take a break for a month anyway, just for that. But go ahead and go show some love. The Monster Truck Attitude on Facebook. At the beginning of next year, though, Steve is gonna send us some videos. So, in the ad, we're gonna show it during the podcast and stuff like that, the live thing, and go from there, so you can see what we're talking about and have some fun and join his group. Also, with that too, with this, you see this, our team stuff is going to be exactly like this, but it's going to be CTM instead of CTP. So it's Crush This Motorsports so it's kind of like this. See, Brad? Hey, Brad. See that exactly? Yeah, he gave me a thumbs up. He gave me another finger too, but I'm not going to go there. So, but go to, if you want to get Crush This hat shirt, go to our spread shop. That helps us out. In the future, I like to have these one-on-one conversations. We're gonna maybe change the platform a little bit. We may do 2 live shows, but we're gonna try to get it where I can have a one-on-one conversation with a driver that may not be technically advanced on what's going on with these live streams. I mean, it was a hard time getting Dustin Spallone here. He's a new cat, but it's been some, RC guy, world champion, freestyle. This can't even work a damn cell phone. So, I mean, you can't, I'm just kidding. He's actually pretty good. But, I mean, we can go to have the one-on-ones and stuff like that. And then we can make it into the podcast feel and stuff. But this helps us out financially, so help us out with that. I don't want to sound like an ongoing PBS station, but it helped to produce the program itself. We need some type of deal, and then if that happens and we can have the one-on-one stuff, then we'll start doing a Patreon where we could release the episodes earlier, give free swag, stuff like that, and then we'll do once again our live versions and stuff like that for fans to chime in and have fun. But we may change the platform a little bit to be more suitable for the podcast stuff. We'll still show video and stuff like that, but we'll also send it on iTunes and Spotify and stuff like that for you guys. So this really helps us out. Please, the more the people appreciate, the more support what we have, the more we can do stuff. So show some love and stuff like that. And also the Brad, audio, he has a cool setup going on, but he can do also too this. So really We're going to try to change the format, make it grow bigger, stuff like that. If you have any fans, if you have any suggestions on stuff that maybe we could do for sailing stuff and selling purposes, uh, go from there, and speak on that. But okay, after that blow up, one reason I am showing some love is some two good friends of mine from California. And if you guys go, let's see. Sorry about this. Okay, here we go. So, in this right now is two friends of mine, Jessica Dahl and Michael Letcher. They have, let's go there. That's their Instagram, and that's what they're giving away. We'll go to the banner here. Is a 3D print mini LMT body giveaway for Christmas. The winner will be announced at the end of the month. So what it is they want to thank you for supporting them. They're a small business. She also does doll up cookies. So if you want some cookies, take a look at that on her Instagram and stuff like that. She makes these 3D. They're together. Michael really is really good at the computer and all that stuff and designs and stuff. And Jessica's really good at the painting side of it. And they're gonna do so. If you go to their Instagram page, which is right here, go at dial up racing. So just to fix the point, between up and racing isn't a comma. It's actually, let me edit that because that's not a comma. There we go. Is a period, and then Letcher Racing on Instagram. Go show them, follow both of them, like their post, and tag 3 friends in the comment. Can't be your alternate IG page, so you can't have just one more like Dustin Spallone. And share the story and share this post on your story. For extra entries, share your favorite Monster Jam truck in the comments. Entries will close 11:28 at 11 p.m. Pacific time, and they will put all the names in a spin the wheel to death. For spin the wheel death, you have to call it one time, Steve. Well, you're doing the thing. Just say, spin the wheel of death, and go. Oh, there we go. Go show some love on that there. So, and that helps you out. So go ahead once again, follow their page. So right there on the screen, like their post or like this post, and then tag 3 friends in the comments. Once again, can't be like different people, your different names with the same people, and then share this post on your story. Go show some love, have some support. The best way to support friends and family is definitely whoopsies, dang it, is definitely supporting companies and stuff like that, like Phil's Pickle Dip. That's some awesome stuff. Help them out, buy some stuff, go get some Phil Pickle Dip. Love you, Phil and Christian. And they have some good stuff, and we'll be coming out here soon with that. Also, the news just recently came out with Bryce Kenny. He's not driving Mohawk Warrior no more, but he's back to his old girl, Monster Mutt. But still, come out and support his book, Gears for Life, and making your full shift into your full potential, making a shift in your full potential. Go take a look at that. And it's on Amazon.com. Show some love for Bryce Kenny and everything like that. So, as of right now, I think I have done with all the banners and stuff like that. So let's get out with my partner in crime, Brad Shaw, and our guest, Dustin Spallone. What's going on, Brad? That was a lot of information, but we had to get that started. And welcome to becoming a new teammate here, buddy. We're going to get everything going on and show some of these folks on the MTA world what's up.
Oh, hell yeah, man. And new camera angle. I recently picked up a GoPro Hero 9 and you can use it as a webcam. So I'm like, why not change it up a little bit? So hopefully you guys like the new angle. And yeah, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be awesome to be partnered up with you for CT Motorsports. I'm excited. We have a badass team, and we're gonna rack up some wins in MTA. But below us on the screen, we have a 100% Florida man in the house, Mr. Dustin Spallone. Dustin, how's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good. Glad to be on here tonight for the Crush This podcast. Been a viewer of this for a long time and been a part of all this for a while, so it's good to be on here.
Man, it's pretty cool because like your story is kind of a little bit like mine. Uh, you started off as a fan and you loved monster trucks and stuff like that, but you also came from an RC background too, and then you worked your way to becoming a crew member and I guess you would say a part-time driver. You just got done doing some races, a couple of races and stuff like that for Elliot and them in the All-Star Monster Truck Show. But let's talk about how you got in the position of where you're at now with Elliot and them. I know I met you previously from knowing about the RC world, especially doing the RC World Finals. We'll get to that a little bit. But with you getting into the monster truck world, how did that ball roll? Because I found out in the industry, it's the key word's trust, and especially when someone else is trying to trust in you on taking care of a vehicle and and stuff like that. So how did the relationship between you and your team formed, and how did you get to that position?
Well, being from Florida, I worked for several years helping out many different teams, such as, Two Extreme Racing, good old Scott Hartsock with the Gunslinger, Raising Cane Monster Trucks, and then All-Star Monster Truck Tour. I helped them on the production side for a few years as well, just in the Southeast. I met Elliot a few years ago through the All-Star Monster Truck Tour. Did a full first quarter of events with All-Star and built that good relationship with Elliot. Me and him hit it off very well. In the off time, I'd help farm with the Sinistar monster truck at that time. Just kind of jumped in and helped, and we found that we clicked very well and had a very good rapport with working on the truck together. About a year later, Elliot contacted me and was like, hey, for 2024, I'm coming back down for first quarter with two monster trucks this time, being Little Miss Dangerous and then the Colossus truck, which we debuted earlier this year. He's like, hey, you want to come help for the first quarter All-Star Monster Truck Tour, being that we're in Florida in the Southeast? And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. And the rest was history from there. So, and now we're full-time here for Sinistar Motorsports. So,
Well, yourself being from Florida, I consider that a hotbed for monster trucks, from the start. Dennis Anderson, I remember when I was growing up watching Monster Jam on Speed Channel, he always mentioned how Florida was one of his favorite stops. There's so many teams based out of there, so many events. What was it like growing up in Florida and being around so many iconic events? You look at, the Citrus Bowl and so many of those events that were broadcast on TV. Did you go to any of those events at that time and all that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My dad and I would go to a lot of the Florida Monster Jam events. Back then, they would call it the I Love Florida Tour. So from that mid 2000s period, there were some really hard charging shows that came out of, Central Florida, South Florida. A lot of crazy stuff happened, a lot of great lineups. So, and that's really where I met a lot of these teams too, was just going to the shows as a fan, hanging out. And then I got older and got more involved, and it's just a small world how it all comes around.
So, you get to the point of you're working with, the All-Star, and then what convinced you to go, okay, I'm gonna pack my things up and go to Michigan? You could have done easily the part-time deal. I'll help you out when you're there, but what pushed you to commit to the monster truck world?
I always told myself that if the right opportunity came about with the right group of people, that I would give this a shot for full time. I completed my college education back in 2022 at the University of Florida.
Gators.
I'd worked for a company full time for a few years.
Just kidding. He's a Florida State fan.
Oh no.
Yeah, I heard him say, "Go Florida, go Noles, go Seminoles," and then when they face the Hurricanes, he's like, "I'm a Hurricane fan." I'm just kidding. He's a Gator fan.
But yeah, so it was the right time with the right group of people and the right opportunity, and I knew that taking this opportunity would lead to bigger things to come, and so far it's been on the up and up. I mean, a year ago from where I'm at, right now, I didn't think that I'd be at the place I'm at right now, but we're here and we're doing it and having a good time with it, and just doing it for as long as we can with what we got. So it's a great time.
Oh, Cheech is saying them fighting words, man.
I guess so, but the way Florida State's playing right now, I mean, Florida Atlantic can spank you. So, yeah, I mean, or Florida A&M. Right now, Florida State looks bad.
I don't know anything about college football. I'm a hockey
It's okay,
guy.
Canadian. Don't talk. Don't make excuses. We'll be all right. We'll talk about field hockey later for you.
I got to ask you, Dustin. Now that you live in Michigan, and I know Michigan's pretty close. It's closest to Canada. Have you experienced any winter conditions yet?
Well, the weather forecast here in Grand Rapids this week is calling for a chance of rain or snow. That's that solid form of rain. We got that snow coming on Thursday, so it'll be Florida man's first time dealing with snow. Looking forward to it. See how it goes.
Well, it's currently snowing.
I'll probably get old quick.
It's snowing here, and trust me, I've lived here my whole life, and I hate the snow every year. It never gets easier. So just bundle up as best you can and be careful driving. That's all I can say. Get yourself a good pair of winter tires.
Yep. Look, we'll see what happens.
It's oh, we got some hockey talk. Go Bolts.
Oilers.
Oh,
you're a Panther fan, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Oh,
I grew
God.
up. I grew up like 10 minutes from.
Oh, look at that.
Grew up as a Panthers
got
fan,
two people
still a
on this.
Panthers fan.
We got two people in the chat right now that made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, but one of them won.
You only won because you're goalie.
It's okay. Hey, we're all hockey fans. I'm a Penguin fan, so whatever.
Yeah.
Hate on me for that, but
Oh no, it was a good series. It was definitely a good series.
You got Bolts, but I still loved when I was working for Monster Jam, and the Penguins took the Bolts for in the Eastern Conference Finals, or maybe it was one of those years. I think it's 2017, and we took them out. Yeah.
All I got to say to that one comment by Zach, shut up, Zach.
Yeah, too much hate. And the problem with Bolts fans is like, they can't, they say they won Stanley Cups, but like 2020 and 2021, they always put an asterisk next to it because of, the half season and all that stuff. So,
getting back into, the monster truck talk.
No, we're not. We're going hockey now.
Oh, okay. How did the conversation happen to say, hey, how would you like to drive Colossus? How did that all come about? And, talk about your first time in the truck. Cause I know we've talked to plenty of people. We asked about their first time driving and they thought they got like a butt ton of air, but they got like a foot, You know, like how was that experience as well?
So towards the end of our first quarter season with the All-Star Monster Truck Tour, we did an event in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And going into that weekend, me and Elliot and my teammates had a conversation, and Elliot was like, "Hey, let's, at the end of this weekend, you want to get inside one of the trucks? We'll let you go out and make a few test hits, just that way you get an idea what it feels like, hopefully help you understand the trucks more and also see what you can do within the truck." So we did that, and that was before I had jumped on to this full-time working position with Sinistar Motorsports. And then later that summer, after I moved up here, Elliot's like, "Hey, we're gonna have you do a couple shows." And at that time, it was the Frontier Truck Parts Sinistar truck. Just jumped in the truck, got my first shows in. It's definitely an interesting feeling. Like you said, the first couple times you do it, you think you're going, 80 miles an hour and getting, 30 feet of air when really you're going, 20, 30 miles an hour, getting maybe 5 feet of air. But that's getting used to the size and reaction and how the truck works. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you were done. Anyway, well, yeah, little Mr. Dangerous, by the way, in Spartanburg. I even call that the RC Fest. It's that little Miss Dangerous, like little Mr. Dangerous over here. But with you being part of Sinistar Motorsports, there's also another side with that, and that's Monster Truck Throwdown. So you have other people like Travis, called Patrick. You have Taco Todd. You have the parents. You have all these other people that are part of that organization that helps that program for Elliot in the summertime. So you have so much stuff that's going on when you finally went to your kind of your first throwdown and seeing all these people. The vibes are good, but what have you learned from those groups on the throwdown side?
It was definitely a great experience this summer doing a full monster truck throwdown season. Many of these people I've chatted with online and followed, the social media for Monster Truck Throwdown and all the teams and people that run with the organization. And just getting to work events with that group of people is great. They're all some of the best in this industry and one of the best independent promoters you could ask for. Always keeping it on the fresh, on the up and up, and on the edge of today's modern monster truck shows that you see throughout the country. So definitely was an honor to be a part of the 2024 Monster Truck Throwdown season. Can't wait for next year. It'll be even better.
Hopefully next year, Elliot will bring his equipment up to Edmonton. That's always that show for me is like such an amazing show Elliot puts on. I'm thankful that he still does it in Edmonton. Me being only like 3.5, 4 hours from Edmonton, and let's transfer into the RC stuff a little bit. That's where people will know you from quite a bit. How did you get into doing the RC stuff?
It's crazy because I tell people that the things that I do in RC have helped me with monster trucks and getting involved with the industry, and then the things I do in the monster truck world and vice versa help me in the RC industry. So I started out in RC just bashing with tracks and stampedes and your normal RC monster trucks. We would hang out before the events down in Florida, get a group of people together and run. And then I met a fellow friend who's probably in the chat, fellow Panthers fan there, Zach Steele.
Oh yeah, good old Zach.
And he was into the RC racing. He was doing dirt oval and some carpet stuff at the time and some off-road. So raced with him a couple weekends, and that spiraled into the world of RC racing. I was introduced to that. Later got to get involved with Team J Concepts. Raced all the off-road stuff down in Florida from 8th scale to 10th scale, dirt oval, on-road, drag racing. And then it just spiraled into RC, pretty much everything. Got to do a few national level events.
I was about to say
And the off-road side and the monster truck side now. So
yeah, I was about to say
it kind of
you did a lot of
hand.
You did a lot of the off-road side of it. I've noticed that, but you're also pretty good at the monster truck side of it, which also with Dustin, you go crush this. Type in crush
Heck
this
yeah.
at jconcepts.net for 15% off a checkout. You can get stuff like what I have, the 2 vehicles behind me, and then also
Absolutely.
what he has too. So
Yep.
go take a look at that stuff also. But you came to I'm not self-promoting. I'm self-promoting. Screw it. Screw people. Whatever.
Send it.
Send it. Yep. You came to my event, the Hall Brothers Classic, the 4th annual, which I wish more people would have came, but hey, it goes on. But we had pretty much really good racers, people that came from Colorado, Pittsburgh. You could say you from Michigan. Talk about your time at that event and what were you thinking prior to it, and what did you think afterwards?
I went into the event just planning on having a good time, having fun, connecting with you and, like Andy and some of the other guys that I followed throughout the years on the internet with their RC monster truck racing. And I've seen the event in the past and was looking forward to just having a good time and being a part of it. I will say I've done a few larger monster truck events in the past several years, such as No Limit World Finals, the Monster Jam World Finals that Bari and his whole group assembles. And I will say that the Hall Brothers event that you have put on was one of the smoothest flowing RC monster truck events I've been a part of. It was efficient time wise, but you never felt like you were rushed. But it went very quick, and it just was done in such a way that you weren't rushed, but you also had that laid back feeling and just a good time with everyone that was there.
Did you like the double track though? The different the figure 8 and then the long one.
That was
Always
cool.
try to get free feedback and stuff like that.
That was cool. Now, for someone like me, I usually do a little better after I get a couple like warm up runs or passes. So even if you didn't do so great in the figure 8 racing, you kind of had yourself warmed up and ready to go for the larger track that we ran, the SoCal style, the high speed SoCal style, we'll call it. That was a fun layout. That high speed SoCal style, the chicanes, the straightaway, nice jumps. So,
and then I mean, you won freestyle that event. Did you like? For me being live, I need feedback so I can learn about next year, try to get people going and stuff like that. And I thought my main attack for this event was freestyle. I wanted got it. Wanted a fun event, but to make it fun is freestyle.
yep.
People want to do what they want to do to these trucks. It's not like in like what we do in real life, we're like, we'll go this much and this much. No, 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 no. It's full tilt boogie, full send it and go all out. And when I talked to Andy and Michael Spurlock, I wanted to hey Isaac, you could have been there. You could have been there. Dustin and I will eventually
Yeah, we
line up on
missed
the
them.
track when you
Yeah.
instead wanted to go all the way to California instead of Illinois because of sponsors. And you know what? Whatever. You lost your shot. That could happen. The Gravedigger versus Excalibur matchup that could have happened is not going to happen because you're selfish. You dropped the ball. Whatever. So yeah, get over it. Well, we're over it now. I'm just kidding, Isaac. Hopefully next year you can make it. It was just crazy. They had bad weather over there in North Cal. They had to reschedule. Stuff like that happens. It goes as it is. So hopefully next year they don't have that, and then we have our event, and you'll have Isaac against Dustin. Just hopefully Elliot can order more rims so you can go pick them up. But outside of that, with freestyle, did you like kind of the rules that we set up there, and how did you feel about the track and everything for freestyle?
I was a big fan of your rules and your template that you use to do your freestyle competition. I felt like, again, with kind of the vibe of the whole event, it wasn't like the freestyle competition wasn't a way to pressure people. You had the 2 flip rule, and then after that it would be a penalization or a deduction, so people didn't feel timid to go out and make the truck last and not flip. Instead, everyone was kind of on board for, hey, we're going to go out, send the trucks, do what we can, and just push it to the limit. If we flip more than once, we can just keep going until that truck won't go anymore. And at the end, I mean, I don't think there was anyone that went beyond the 2 flips.
Mm.
Like, everyone had great runs. I mean, there were a couple trucks that had some unfortunate breakage, but for the people that ran the whole run,
right.
it was
And
great.
that's my main objective is just, if you roll over, okay, you flip back, you have your time. And the breakage, if you stop the truck, you stop the truck on your own. You
Right.
call it.
Yep.
I don't, I'm,
Yep.
It's the driver that goes, okay, I'm done. No, if you want to keep on going on those seconds because you have a broken tie rod, because I felt like that needed to change a lot of people's minds. Like Mike Arnold from Colorado, he drove 18 hours,
Yeah.
and then 2 years ago he ran, and we used the rollover rule from Trigger King, and his run was like 5 seconds in. That's terrible for someone that drove 18 hours to have fun to really not have anything. I didn't want that. I wanted to, have just like it's supposed to have a good time and have a blast. And I wanted people like that. And you went full tilt boogie. I think you and LVRC, that was a matchup I liked. I wish Josh would have stayed, but he had other things going on. But I mean, he had other propaganda. That's what happens when you're about to get married.
Oh yeah,
someone else is in there, and she's awesome too. If you get to meet Josh's girlfriend, Tina, she's a freaking awesome person. I made it to where Josh made it to all the racing. That's cool. He was just thinking about going to be there for round 1, and that was it. But he didn't. He made it to all the rounds, and this event, I did not get I don't think I got a single person said a bad thing about it. That's awesome. That's cool vibes. Once again, that is the last time that track configuration is going to happen. Next time it's going to be different for Horizon Fest, which I really hope you can make it. We had one person in Adrenaline RC, I think, wanted to say, hey, he wanted you to see if you can make it to Friday for Horizon Fest. The only thing is when you go in the monster truck world, that's in June, and June is always busy in the monster truck world. So you could be somewhere else. That's going to be something going on. But if Cody can make it in October to our event, that'd be cool to see another Florida guy there and have some fun with that too. And that'd be cool. But he was wondering if you could try to make it. But another thing is, how do you like Eli Field? You heard stories about it. You've seen video. What do you think of a RC, RC safe haven in the middle of BFE?
I thought it was great. The facility there at Eli Field. I've seen it in all the different social medias through J Concepts, Horizon Hobby, seen footage of it in RC Car Action magazine. As a kid, you flip through it and you'd see the events they put on there, and it's definitely a cool place. It has potential to be even bigger than what it already is. And Horizon Fest continues to grow every year. We'll see what our schedule holds for this year, but if I'm off that weekend, I am making the trip down there to Horizon Fest. And maybe I'll get crazy enough to run the monster truck program and bring an 8-scale buggy out there to run
I was
some
about
off
to say,
road too.
did you see the
It'd be
schedule?
fun.
Did you see the schedule that they had there
Yes.
at the 8-scale
Yeah.
track? They was like they had like
Yeah.
a month prior to it, they had practice for Horizon Fest, and then
Yeah.
like a few days beforehand, more practice, qualifying, and then you have Friday and Saturday, and that Friday and Saturday leads to night racing, Saturday night
Yeah.
night racing. So
That event turned into pretty much a regional or a national level event for 8-scale off-road. I mean, there's all the manufacturers will send a handful of drivers out there every year now to go compete at that race. So it's a big deal. They have figured out how to put on an event that encompasses all aspects of RC, and it's great to see. And I'd like to see more of it in more places. So definitely one that's going to be on my bucket list to eventually attend.
you got any questions, Brad? I'm sorry that.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So, I like to, depend whoever we have on. I like to do a little bit of if I have friends on Facebook with them, I do a little dive just to figure out some more stuff. I saw that you worked at Gainesville Raceway, and I am a huge NHRA nerd. That track has such a history with it. That's where Kenny Bernstein ran his first 300-mile-an-hour pass in '92. How was working there? Did you get to attend any of the Gator Nats there while working at the track, and how was that experience?
Yeah, so I moved up to Gainesville towards the second half of 2019 to go to University of Florida. And then going into the new year, I saw that they had a part-time opening at Gainesville Raceway to do like track crew, safety safari type thing for their events. And I had previous experience working with other promoters like All Star Monster Truck Tour, Monster Jam, doing the club stuff, track crew. So it was like a part-time gig for me on the weekends that was close to where I lived to go make some money and also get to see some drag racing and, get my fix. And yeah, throughout my years over in Gainesville, I got to attend three Gator Nationals. I guess two. It's really been two. So I was at the 2020 Gator Nationals when COVID happened and the world ended. So we had started the first day of Sportsman, and we were getting ready to run the first practice session for all the pro classes. And then COVID happened, and that put the event on pause. But yeah, it is. Oh, there is no other experience like an NHRA event. I will say that the way they do things and the smell of nitro fuel, it's something that everyone should experience at some point.
Did you watch any of the NHRA season that we just had?
I followed along through social media stuff when I could. I saw AB went pretty quick there, and he got his national title, so that was cool.
Austin Prock, I
341.
Yeah, I watched. I had the NHRA TV for the weekend, and dude, Austin Prock, like the dude couldn't have scripted a better season. I think he's the first rookie since Cruz Pedregon in '92 to win the title. And then you look at Pro Stock, came down to the final round between Greg Anderson and Dallas Glenn. I was pulling for Dallas. I think he was the better car all season, but Greg was in that lucky spot.
Yep.
And then Antron Brown, another kind of just, and I think it was like from first to sixth could have clinched the championship. And that, like even Clay Milliken could have got the championship. It was just a stupid, epic season. And, Jack Beckman filling in for Force, like what?
Well, he won that last event.
He won the NHRA finals. And I hope Force goes for one more season. I got to meet the man in 2005. I didn't get to see him race. That's still on the bucket list. So I hope he does at least one more season so I can see him go down the quarter mile. But yeah, that Gainesville track is just iconic in the industry.
I feel like one thing with Force is, I believe if he doesn't want to go one more year, Brad, I think Jackman will be perfect. If not, at least come out with a third car and have Jack in there.
Oh, 100%.
I hope so.
Beckman's
one of the good ones.
100%. And when he got
at the
announced to
events,
drive,
he's just a great dude. So to see him back on track is great. I would hope that he would jump back in for a full season here next year.
Oh, I'd love that, to see him step into that car. And no, he hasn't driven since I think 2020 or whatever, or 21. And for him to get, I think this was his second win of the season. For him to get that win for John Force, and get second in the points, even, like, they couldn't have scripted it better for John Force Racing, and I knew Austin Prock was probably going to win the title when they did the Superstar Shootout in Bradenton. The dude just, again, having his dad and his brother tuning the car, him in the driver's seat, you couldn't have scripted it any better. I feel like it was probably one of the best seasons in a long time. Levi. Okay. There's a video on, Levi just said, Brad, you need to see John Force cuss in person. And there's a video online of John Force. I think it was like 1989, Dallas, Texas. He supposedly hit a wall, and Competition Plus put up this video, and they bleeped every swear, but they did it in funny, like, horns and weird, like, turkey gobble noises. It is the funniest video you'll ever watch. I'll post it after this. It is hilarious to watch him lose his mind, but hear, like, turkey gobbles and, like, weird sounds coming out of his mouth.
And it'd be cool that, like, wonder how Jack Beckman would have had if he had a full season.
Oh, yeah. Like, Beckman, I feel like Beckman would have been possibly the champion if he had more time, which would have given John Force another championship. If Beckman did win that championship, it would go to John Force, but Beckman's name would be beside that, because Beckman was still earning points for John no matter what. I forget the technical rule for it, but a lot of people were kind of wondering how that was going to work, but it all worked out in the end for the team.
Yeah. So we'll get back to the questionnaire thing here. Well, we got a couple of people saying, Dustin, why are you so cool? Let's see here. But anyway, we may do a little questionnaire here in a little bit, but, you mentioned about the Monster Jam World Finals. You missed this year. It's because of the one scale, but that was the first time I saw you run there. How did you get connected through there through Bari when you were at Orlando, or how did that?
So I've known Bari for, up until that point, I've known Bari for a long time through Monster Jam, Monster Trucks, and the RC world. And that first World Finals in Orlando that I did came about through my good friend and sponsor, J Concepts, Jason Rona, who was a guest on this show a couple weeks ago. We got to talking earlier that year, and he's like, hey, you want to be a part of this event this year? And I had looked at my monster truck schedule at that time with Team Raisin Cane, and we didn't have any events for that weekend. And I'm like, heck yeah, that's something I've always wanted to be a part of. It was a goal of mine. So we did it. Went out there to Orlando, had the Blue Thunder truck and Bakugan Dragonoid. So.
And you had Shaker at Nashville, which I personally thought you should have won. Sorry, Josh, but that each their own. But the fans take the cake on that. But I mean, still, I mean that it's cool that you still get into it. Same thing with me, because we're dealing with the 1-to-1 scale a lot too. So, it's cool having that. It's also cool having Jason as a sponsor for both of us and whoever else in the J Concept world. I saw the shop when I was at Orlando for the Hotsy display there, and he was a few minutes away, and I came over to take a look at everything that they do at J Concepts, and it was crazy what he has done as an empire.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people talk about the solid axle monster truck side of it. That's very, 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 very small compared to what he has done with the 8 scale stuff. You know, let's see here. Oh, Brad had to use. Okay. Let's see some questions here. Oh, Aaron James wanted to let you know. FYI, Dustin, I took the Creighton 8S on the 9th scale track at Eli Field the day after the Classic. It was quite better than the Super Rock Ray, but still broke it in 20 minutes.
That's Aaron always pushes his vehicles to the limit, so I expect nothing less.
How do you like that track, by the way? Did you took a look at the 8 scale track, and what do you think of how that track is?
I didn't get to drive anything on it, but I
No.
did walk up over onto the driver's stand when I had a break during the day, and that layout from Horizon Fest was one of the most. There was a lot going on. It was a technical layout, so it looked fun. I was wishing I had my buggy or my truggy with me to go out there and turn some laps, but it definitely looked like a technical layout for sure.
We got some hard hitting questions. Are you ready?
Oh man, let's go.
Okay, Travis Swallow. Patrick, he says, ask Dustin what's his favorite beer is and why is it the Spotted Cow?
I will say that the Spotted Cow has been the best traveling beer that I have tried on the road. So I have a case. We have a case in the toter, and I have a case here at home. So hopefully
I'm
that'll
right.
hold me out till my trip to Wilmot or something next year with Monster Truck Throwdown.
For me personally, I'm right now in love with garage beer, so I like that. Let's see here. Brad's back. Let's have some questions. The RC question was already about. Someone said not a question, but I confess I stole some water from the pack in your truck. I'll pay you back. Let's see here. Going through all the hockey stuff. Someone asked about you driving Little Bully.
Oh wow. Yeah, that goes way back. Someone that I had met through Scott Hartsock was the Kid KJ team. The Weston family. They lived not far from me in South Florida. I had known them from doing a couple shows that they were a part of and being a part of them for a couple years, and they had a contest that they put out. It's actually interesting. They did a contest to write an essay about bullying. So I did it because I was, I strongly supported it, and also the result was if you were selected, you could go drive the Little Bully monster truck. So I wrote the essay about anti-bullying, which is something that I strongly support and stand behind. I mean, everyone should be included, and no one should be felt left out. So yeah, I got my opportunity through that to go drive that truck around for a little bit, and that kind of spiraled me. That whole situation and being there is also how I met J.R. McNeil and Matt Pagliarulo for the first time, because they were at that event as well. So that was how that happened. It was a different experience, but one that I'm still proud that was something that I did and been a part of.
So another one from Back Channel Productions. It says, "Will we get a cord squash body?" Cord squash.
A cord squash body.
So how did that come about?
So he took a picture of me at one show, a couple of years ago, I was wrapping up extension cords, and me being Florida man, it turned into the cord squatch. So,
So I stepped away because I was trying to find, you guys were talking a lot of RC stuff, and I couldn't find where mine is. I have two. I have an old Red Cat Everest rock crawler, and then I have this. I have one of these mini T, mini T.
nice.
So I was like, I don't want to be left out of the RC stuff, so I have that just to mess around with a little bit around my apartment, but there's not really much for racing locally where I am. So I got to find out if J Concept, like there is a track. I just don't know if you have to have a membership, but I need to hit up J Concept to see if they have anything for these little guys.
Nice.
They probably do. They didn't do anything.
Let's see. I wanted to give a quick shout out to our good buddy, Mr. Travis Patrick Suillo. Want to give a good shout out. Check out his he's got a really cool video on YouTube of he wears like a GoPro helmet camera or whatever while the throwdown show is happening. So it shows his point of view of like working pits or whatever. So go check that out, by the way. And then shout out to Colby Marshall, MTRC, also, you know, one of the brain trust with the Monster Blog. So shout out to Colby as well.
Also, we got a question from Instagram from our good friend, Adrenaline Rush RC. He says, "What's the story with tomfoolery stickers all over Elliot's truck?"
So Elliot Miller is a man that likes his stickers, and he likes to make it known that he likes stickers, and will tag them on all his favorite friends, vehicles, homes, belongings, pets, vehicles, trucks, parts, tools, whatever you want. He's going to tag it. Like my refrigerator, as soon as I moved in, it has a Sinistar Motorsports sticker inside of it. But anyway, he took a visit over there to Tomfoolery Shop and did some tagging. And I think the Tomfoolery boys just held out for the right time. And that time was when I showed up last week to pay them a visit. They just sticker bombed the entire truck inside and out. So I still haven't found all the stickers. So I think it's gonna be months of finding stickers and surprises in that truck.
See, me and my wife, like if you find stuff later, like me and my wife did a prank to my parents. My parents went on a cruise, and me and my wife decided to put 100 little miniature ducks around their house. They're still finding them to this day. So we got another question from our good buddy Zach Steele. What identity that you've driven in the virtual world would you like to bring to the real world?
Dang. Yeah, that's shout out to Zach. Me and him have been great friends for, probably almost 15 years now. I would say I have a personal identity that I've kind of thought about, and it's been a thing in a couple video game scenarios. Constructor of Chaos. It's kind of an old a Willys dump truck is what I came up with. So like a bog hog Willys Jeep body with like an old lowboy dump bed on it. That would be something cool that I would want to come up with, just with my construction background and what I like to do there, and then the monster truck stuff. The Constructor of Chaos sounds like a.
Your driving should be like what Butters wore for South Park, as the evil superhero.
Oh yeah,
with the helmet like him and everything like that.
Yeah, I remember that. So you played a lot of like rigs back then, didn't you?
I wasn't super competitive in rigs. I did a couple league events. I think the last one I did was Preston's last league during COVID. That was the last one I got to to do, and then just got too busy with life and everything after that. So I still jump on and I'll play rigs for fun, maybe join a lobby with some people, obviously play some beam, break some stuff, try some stuff, a little bit of both.
Both me and Cheech come from the MTM2 world, and I still play beam with the T-Ray guys like nightly, it seems. And I got my sim rig sitting there, so it's do you find like obviously it's not going to be one-to-one realistic, but do you find playing beam and rigs kind of in a way helped you when you finally got the chance to drive a real truck at all?
Absolutely. I would jump in cab and do some runs and just try different things, different throttle inputs, brake inputs. I'm like a visual learner, so kind of with the RC stuff, I like to do it to try different things with like giving it more throttle on certain jumps or trying to pitch the truck and do different things. And then try to remember what those throttle inputs were at those times and try to replicate it inside the real truck. And I think it definitely correlates to the one-to-one trucks from virtual world to reality. I mean, you're not going to feel the impact of everything, but the throttle input, brake input, and the way the truck reacts to that, you'll see that, side by side between the two.
So any social media people can follow you at?
I'm on Facebook, just me, my name, Dustin Spallone. I got Instagram, which is all lowercase, Dustin_S21. Gonna start trying to post some YouTube stuff here going into next year. Probably be some monster truck related stuff, RC related stuff, a little bit of both. Some highlight videos, maybe some vlog style content too. So it should be fun. Starting to grow and learn the social media side of things. So should be good.
How about you, Brad?
Check me out on Instagram at the only monster truck Canucker. Check out Bradshaw Designs. I'll be posting some stuff on. I'm debating making a new Instagram just for drum stuff. I play drums at my church. Finally have a GoPro, so I'm wanting to create some cool drum content. So when I do that, check that out. And Facebook Bradshaw. Follow me on Snapchat if you want. Post stuff what I do with work. All that kind of stuff. And what about for you, Cheech? I know throughout our history here, you've had carrier pigeons, you've had telegrams. What's it going to be now?
I am going to try to make it coming to Mars in February, right? Trying to. I'm going to try a new thing called a can, string to a can. I'm going to try that. The Pony Express was a gentleman with a horse that was delivering mail. I think if you want, I'm gonna try to send people cease and desist letters. I'm gonna try to, I'm trying to do the bat light. I think if anyone wants to hang out, I'll just put a bunch of firewood, put help, and light it on fire in the middle of nowhere. Or Dan Chichegosh on Facebook, MT_Dan_Agosh28 on Instagram, Dan Agosh 10 on, I guess I'm gonna guess Snapchat. Well, whatever. Go talk to me there, I guess, or whatever. Also on TikTok. Christius is also on TikTok, so take a look at that. While you're at it too, this episode later on will be on audio, so iTunes and Spotify. Give us 5 stars, like, share. If you can, be awesome to take a picture, screenshot this, tag us. Actually we have our information at some of, like, right here. That's not me. I don't know, but that's not son of a gun. There we go. Thank you, Brad.
Yep.
our that's our Instagram page right there. MT_Danagosh28, the only monster Canucker over there. Screenshot, share, like, and follow us once again on iTunes, on Spotify. Give us some 5-star likes. We're going to change the format for next season a little bit, more one-on-one conversations, more audio as in video, kind of like some other podcast people, and we'll have some live stuff going on too for that. So once again, screenshot this and say, hey, what's up? Been watching the Crush This podcast. Thanks for the love. Digging the Darth Vader theme room that Brad has. Tag also our sponsors, J Concepts, Back Channel Productions. I think he's only on Facebook whenever Nick's going to go with Instagram. MTRC, Colby Marshall. Go tag that stuff too. Tag Dustin. In his social media too also. So, show some love. What are you doing here? My phone's acting up. Show some love and everything like that. It's cool and here we go. We'll create another one. But show some love, even if the guy likes Florida. On the gram. Dead air time. There we go. He gets bigger love, but that's his on Instagram. So it's a little picture, but big wording. There we go. Oh, Brad, don't do that. Put back on our thingamajigger.
It was looking weird.
You're looking weird. There we go. It got weird when you went blue light. You look weird that way. Okay, he's back to normal, ladies and gentlemen. But go show some love right there. The crack.
The clacking of your keyboard.
Oh, yeah. Well, it'd be an ASMR deal too, so keep those tinglings going on too, But yeah, once again, thank you for everyone to be on. Once again, like I said, show some love. Our sponsors, J Concepts, Back Channel Productions, Monster Truck Attitude, Bradley Shaw Designs, MTRC, and viewers like you. Thank you. But once again, next week's gonna be a TBA because I pushed everything back. It was supposed to be Mike Welch, but I'm still working on some stuff going on there, so we'll find out next week. I may be not coming. Be back in time. Gonna be heading to LA this weekend to the LA Auto Show. Gonna be there doing something cool with the Raminator, with Mark and all the crew there. So, and then we'll be coming back, so I could be late or may not be able to. But by that time, I'm gonna be heading to West Virginia for Thanksgiving, seeing friends and family that I haven't seen in quite some time, and hopefully have a good Thanksgiving, and then get ready for the holiday season, which would be on before you know it. Monster Truck first quarter will be there and full steam ahead. No more prepping anymore. It seems like show after show after show, and before you know, you're back to square one. So once again, so we'll see who'll be on for next week. But Brad, you want to close us out like you normally do?
Yep. Guys, check up on your friends and family. Mental health is a very serious thing. If you're struggling or going anything or have thoughts of suicide, there's plenty of resources for you to check out. We don't want to lose you. We want to keep you. I know the holidays are approaching fast, and that's a rough time for some people, but just remember you have friends and family that love you and that want to spend some time with you. So obviously, you know, just reach out to them. Why are you calling me, Cheech?
I'm just checking up on you.
Oh, thank you. Like, no lie, he's actually calling me. No word of a lie. You know, as Cheech has always mentioned in the past, donate blood. That's a very important thing. If you are able to, go donate blood. As Bob Barker always used to say, you know, get your pet spayed or neutered. And guys, like we've always said for almost 10 damn years on this podcast, and we'll keep saying it till we're blue in the face. Keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up, everybody. Peace.
Don't forget, eggnog sucks.
Eggnog sucks.